Good morning all. We had the RBA interest rate decision unchanged as expected. So that's been and gone. There was some stuff going on, macro data about RBNZ and how they're potentially speculation that they're going to hike at their next interest rate policy meeting. If true, it's not set in stone, but if true, that puts them in a very bullish stance. The Bank of Canada have come out and said that they probably will. If the Royal Bank of New Zealand also join them, then that's going to put the Kiwi, the NZD, in a quite a good place fundamentally. It's quite bullish. Okay, so that was a bit of information that came out overnight. Also, the euro pound moved quite a lot as well, which is quite interesting, and there was quite a lot of volatility during Asia, which is quite good to see. Today we have the eurozone sentiment index and Germany too, and that's it from a high importance severity perspective today, and that's in 3 hours and 6 minutes. So just a look at euro, and so currently no euro signals, but we do have the Aussie USD, the pound USD, the Kiwi USD, and the Kiwi yen. So I'm going to just go over those very quickly, and I'm not going to make it a long video. So we'll start with the Kiwi yen, which is a bearish harmonic on the hourly. So if you're looking for longs, you'd want this to break at 78.68 on the hourly, and you can have some resistance up here at 78.89. We can change the time frame. It's got a bearish OPCD on that one as well. So you'd want it above 78.68, so it's the same level. And daily, you've got a little bit of resistance up here, but it's a long way away, 79.69. So there's that break of that diagonal here. We're going to come up and test it again. So fundamentally it's a good one because we are risk on, and the yen should dump, and the Kiwi should perform well because of that speculation. So there are your levels. It is bearish on the H4 on the hourly, and we're bearish on the daily, so it's a bit tricky. Yeah, maybe just want to watch, maybe entertain a long at 78, 68, 69-ish. Let's look at Kiwi USD. So this is bullish on the hourly, and we know it's a buy. They shorted it, and these guys really shorted it here. So we had a diagonal break, which is bullish, so that would have been like a nice entry. Resistance overhead, and your stop loss cluster. So that's a 61.8 diagonal hitting the stop loss cluster at 71, which is 15 pips away. We're above monthly pivot. The SLC below is 70.65. So we could, if you want to exercise some patience, we could see this retrace, and then we can buy above monthly pivot, and then have the monthly pivot as a stop loss. That has worked before. It does coincide kind of with that wick high, so we can wait for it to break this median line, and wait for price to come up, and then we can use that as a stop loss, but it will take a little bit of time. I'm not sure about buying it now. Bit tricky, and we've got that resistance overhead and 15 pips, so bit hard to say. There's this resistance up there as well, which is the B of the harmonic. So X, A, B, C, D, so that's the body. So this is an important level, 17.95. So 17.95 and 71, you've got an area of confluence, so tricky. Wait for price to come above, and then use that as a stop loss. It could be quite a good place to have your stop. Just have it nice and tight. If you're wrong, then be wrong quickly. Don't be wrong after a long period of time. Just be wrong in like half an hour or an hour. So quite tricky. H4. Yeah, we've got resistance there at 70.86. So possible, get that stop loss cluster, monthly pivot, and then we might attempt to buy after monthly pivot because we would have broken the pitchfork. So that could be a good one. I'll keep an eye on it. Pound USD, where are we? We've got a bullish ABCD somewhere. It's in the past. I don't think I can show you it. It's over here probably. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's really random ABCD. But at that point, it was a buy. So this would invalidate the bullishness if we break below 138.32. We did have this to come out, and it triggered at 138.58-ish. I'll have to check actually. Um, there. What price did it trigger? 138.57. Oh, I said 138.58. So it was close. So 138.58. So it was a really good time for a signal. I didn't take it though. It's quite frustrating. So that was the price at signal. So up we go. And I figured we were going to get the stop loss cluster and then come down, but I need to have a think about that strategy, because why couldn't it just continue? It's happened with gold. They're just moving their stops higher, and they're moving their stops higher on cables. So I won't let it restrict my thinking going forward. If we see a stop loss cluster near, which the Kiwi USD is doing, it doesn't mean that it's going to mean a reversal. It can mean a continuation. So we are hitting the SLC right now at this very precise moment in time. 138.90. Yeah, so if you've got the stop loss clusters, keep an eye on this, and that was your entry. Just before I wrap up the video, remember this inverted head and shoulders for pound yen? That was the left shoulder, and that was the right shoulder, and this was the head. And I drew this line on the weekly forecast video, and it was actually quite spooky. So, we did go sideways a lot, immense chop for many hours, and we're actually going up. So SLC above for pound yen is here at 154. So we're close to that as well. So very close to the liquidity areas for cable and this one, and we're quite close as well for Kiwi. So it is very tricky. I think maybe Kiwi USD is going to be the better one because of that the fundamental speculative information about them hiking, and that's going to catch a lot of retail guys out, and they might not even be in tune with that news. So this could be a good one, and we can buy it off monthly pivot. Just have a look at the search tool, in fact, just before I do close the video. So there's Aussie, it's bullish, apart from monthly pivot. Kiwi. There we go. So it's actually got, that we are nearly approaching ADR 20, so we have to be careful. We wouldn't normally on average exceed that, so perhaps we will wait for a little retracement. Perhaps it might get that stop loss cluster, and we want to get a bounce off monthly pivot. And we've got FOMC tomorrow, so do be careful. I think what the worst case scenario is that we'll trade after the ECB on Thursday. I know it's often payday for the retail guys, Thursday, Friday, but I do want to publish a signal. I think after ECB, it's going to be a lot calmer because we've got the ECB out the way and we've got the Fed out the way as well. So it might be clearer and we should be more profitable. At the moment, we could be seeing stop loss cluster hunts, and which brings me to that, which is unbelievable. The proximity of the stop loss clusters on the Euro USD. So it could be a stop hunt for the next 24 hours, 48 hours. We're taking the one above, and it looks like we're going to get the one below. So hope you have a good day, you guys. Let me know if I can help you. And the rain stopped, so that was good, and that's all good. So I'll speak to you soon.